And we are live. Welcome to OddsShopper Live, everybody. Slightly early edition. We're going live at 10 a.m. to break down some plays on the sports betting side more than anything else, since I am still in Pennsylvania, which means pick 'em. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but that doesn't mean we can't get some bets down. And that is exactly what I've already done for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let's get this shirt out of here. Boop. Toss that over to the side. So I placed a bunch of bets already this morning. We're going to touch on a couple of them so that you guys can join me on that endeavor. So we're going to go ahead and pull up FanDuel, and we're going to take a peek. So let me get logged in here. Then you guys can see some of the bets that we've already placed, because you guys know the drill. When we're here, first thing that we do, home run round robin. And for today, that bad boy has already been placed. So I want to show you guys what I got, because there are some really, really good lines out there. And I think that you guys should take advantage of them. Let's get the cell phone up on the screen. Let's shrink this bad boy a little bit so that it can actually be seen, which I believe should be like that. Perfect. So we got the FanDuel, or we got the phone up, and I want to show you guys what I put in so far for our home run round robin. And you guys can see it on the screen right now. This is the trio of home runs that we're going to be looking at for today. Victor Scott plus 1,300 to homer. I know that's long odds. That's some value. The lines out there that you can get other than this one, way worse. Plus 800 on Zach DeZenzo. And then another plus 390 on Manny Machado. Manny Machado, my number one home run play of the day. And if we want to just look at it a little bit, we can. So if we want to go to the Cardinals game first, we can dig into this one just very slightly. Andrew Abbott going for Cincinnati. So we're getting Victor Scott. Now, obviously, not the biggest home run threat in the world. A .087 X ISO across 22 plate appearances against lefties. Does this one line up on paper? No. Very clearly, it does not. I want to be very clear. It's not like Victor Scott is supposed to homer regularly. There's a reason he's plus 1,300. But 1,300 is a little bit longer than what this should have been, and I think we're squeezing a little bit of value out of it. If he happened to hit from the right side, that might be a little bit more beneficial, but I think that's part of the reason that we're getting such long odds. If we look at the Houston side next, Bradley pitching for the Rays. Lost the cell phone screen, so let's pull that back up. So Bradley pitching for the Rays. What we're looking to do is grab DeZenzo. Again, no sample whatsoever. 18 plate appearances. He's barely been up. There's not really much that we could read into there, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not looking at Zach DeCenzo to be in this home run model because he has a 263 X ISO in 18 plate appearances. I have no idea why my phone refuses to stay connected. It's becoming a relatively annoying endeavor right now. But DeCenzo hits from the right side, and we're getting Taj Bradley, obviously also a righty. Look at that X ISO. I'm just going to kill this cell phone screen now, since it does not appear to be working the way that I would like it to. Look at this X ISO for Taj Bradley against righties over the past year and a half. Massive, massive. 221. Not to mention, still at 197 if you're only looking at this year. So we're sitting at least around a 200 X ISO against righties. That allowed us to lock in that line on DeZenzo at a crisp plus 800. And then the final one that we want to look at, I don't think anybody's going to be all that surprised to see it. Lefty Marco Gonzalez on the hill for Pittsburgh. 199 X ISO across the last 2 years. That's just 306 pitches, but it's Marco Gonzalez. I think we're all pretty aware that he's not all that interesting. Actually, can I zoom my camera in a little bit? I can. Much better. I think I can make myself be not so bright white. Just got a shower too. Let me tamp that down a little bit. Oh, now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. I'm a little too white. Let's dial that. There we go. Perfect. Little live production here. So yeah, Manny Machado. 186 X ISO here for Marco Gonzalez. Machado, 208 X ISO and 268 plate appearances against this sort of pitch mix. Plus 390 for Manny Machado. So what we're looking at then for the bets, because I bet them all, I hit them all single. We hit the round robin. So every two-person combination there. If all three guys hit a home run, just the two-leg round robins pay out $4,700. And then the three-legger plus 61,000, $10 pays you $6K. If all three of these guys hit a home run today, we're coming away from this one with like 12 grand. That'd be pretty fun. But even if we just get two for the first time ever, things are going to be looking pretty good. I also dropped 25 down on my boy, Yandy Diaz, had a plus 200 home run boost on FanDuel. So I got Yandy Diaz at plus 1060 to homer today. I think about some of the lines that we took last week and 2 weeks ago, where he was like plus 500. We're getting plus 1060. So if you can take advantage of those boosts, guys, always do it. There's no reason to leave those boosts hanging in the balance. Not the only thing that I've bet so far today, however. I do have a couple other things that have been placed. At least two additional round robins. So let me pull that up and I can show you. If I can get this stupid cell phone to actually share the damn screen, I can show you what I've got in my picket. Because I've placed a bunch of round robins. And I think everybody wants to see that kind of stuff. I might just have to, unfortunately, talk about it and not actually say it. And don't forget, we still need to touch on OddsShopper and see what we have out here. Lots of value in the sleeper streets right now. So if you're on sleeper and PrizePicks are hiding some value right now. I don't think you guys want to miss that. I just can't get my phone to connect. All right, I'm going to talk through a couple round robins of some props that I've placed so far today. And we're getting out of the home run market. So I've placed these round robins already. Follow me on Picket at Josh Engleman if you want to just tail this in an easier manner. But I've got a bunch of different round robins that I think you guys might be interested in. I also hit a couple single bets that I think are pretty interesting. Willie Castro has a line of plus 800 on DraftKings right now, and that is for him to get a stolen base. So I grabbed him to get a stolen base. Minimal unit outlay there. I only put 1/10 of a unit on it. But Castro to get a stolen base. Kyle Isbell to homer. So same game. Isbell to homer is at plus 1,600. I used a boost on that one as well. Got another 200 on it. I have 4, count them, 4 hits props for you guys to take right now. And I round robined these as well. We're looking at Jake Myers to not get a hit at plus 135. By the way, this was at DraftKings earlier today. Max Kepler to not get a hit, plus 145. Joe Adell not to get a hit, plus 110. And then Sal Frelick not to get a hit, plus 125. So Jake Myers, Max Kepler, Joe Adell, Sal Frelick. I have already locked those 4 lines in. Round robin, none of them are getting a hit today. That will pay out something pretty nice. We also have 4 different strikeout plays, one of which we're looking for some strikeouts. So Ji Hwan Bae, no strikeouts, plus 170. Again, these are all going to be round robin as well. David Hamilton, no strikeouts, plus 195. Geraldo Perdomo, no strikeouts, minus 105. And then finally, we're expecting big things / not big things out of Matt Wallner. Over 1.5 strikeouts is plus 135. We're looking for Matt Wallner to get sat down at least twice via strikes. If that happens, that would be great. So those 4 plays, again, strikeout props. Under on Ji Hwan Bae, under on David Hamilton, under on Geraldo Perdomo, over 1.5 on Matt Wallner. That one's pretty big. Don't want to miss out on that one. But that is everything that I have in right now on the sportsbook side. Sal Rubio asked me the question in chat. Do I look at barrel percentage when looking for home run props? I do. It's not the first thing that I look at, but it's certainly another one of the key stats that I'm looking at to see, obviously, how well are people squaring these balls up. It's another factor in a list of factors. Not a priority, but definitely one of the first things that I would look at. So right now, I think we take a look at some of the pick'em sites. And if you see some of this value right now on Sleeper, I think that probably stands out. Look what happens if we pull up the optimizer for Sleeper for today. If I generate this, plus 14% on Sleeper right now. If you want to take advantage of the lines that are currently available. Now, there's nothing I can do for Sleeper right now based on where that I am at. But I like the idea of taking advantage of this one. And I'm a little curious what happens now. Let's say we get rid of this Andrew Abbott line. Because right now we're at 14% EV, 14% expected win. If we cut Abbott, 13% expected EV, but we win this so much more frequently. And I think that's something interesting to pay attention to. Not that you have to win regularly. Like, expected value is expected value. It doesn't really matter how frequently that win comes, but you certainly, if you have 2 separate options, one returns 14% EV, one is at 13, give me the one that wins like twice as frequently, so the swings aren't going to be as bad. So now you have expected value across the board here. And what's carrying a lot of weight, there's not a lot of positive value on under 1.5 total hits for Shohei Ohtani, but it's also a massive line where you're getting a 76% win rate. So you're getting 3.8x payouts, 13% EV. If we remove the Ohtani line, I'm really curious to see if we still have value. And we do. 12% EV and close to 40% expected win rate. This would be my recommendation on Sleeper right now if you want to use the OddsShopper tool. And let's be clear, you should. You should also sign up for it. Click the link in the description to sign up for OddsShopper. Take this market-based approach to beating the books. Get the plays at sportsbook. Shop around for the best lines. Hit up all of the pick'em sites and get the best value possible. And I think this right here is what you want. Yordan Alvarez under 1.5 hits. You're getting plus 5.7% EV. Cody Bellinger, I just punched the microphone. Cody Bellinger under 1.5 total hits. Positive EV, and it wins 76% of the time. Chris Sale to pitch at least 18 outs. Big time positive value here. These 3 together will get you a 2.9x payout, a 12% expected value return, and you're going to hit this close to 50-50. So Sleeper right now is providing you big, big value. I see Robert Wheeler asking in chat, am I going to give a PrizePicks slip? I am. I cannot place this right now because of where I am, but it doesn't mean that we cannot look at it right now. So if I just generate the best possible flex play on PrizePicks using OddsShopper, we've got a 5% EV play. Now, this only wins 2% of the time. Think about that. You got to be expecting to go 6 of 6 here, like 1 out of every 50 times you put this card in. That's thin. If we cut Teoscar, can we improve this slightly? 3% EV, 4% wins. So now we're at 3% EV, but now we win it 1 out of every 25 times. Now, the most we're going to do is 10%, but we're still keeping our EV. My assumption is if I take away this Will Smith line, we're into negative territory. See? Correct. Negative 15 now. You really need to do at least 5 of these plays. You're at 5% EV with all 6. You drop to 3% EV for just 5. So I'm going to hit all of these legs right now so that you guys can grab those 5% EV at PrizePicks. That's going to be Mookie Betts to not score a run. Willie Castro to not score a run. Matt Wallner, under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Same for Will Smith. Same for Teoscar Hernandez. That is the card that's going to get you a decent amount of expected value on PrizePicks right now. If we go to a power play, do we have anything? Not really. Not really. Negative 10. Yeah, if you want a power play, there's not enough value out there to have it. If you add Mookie Betts, Willie Castro, you're at negative 10. Jose Ramirez gets you to negative 18. Matt Wallner to negative 10. Paredes? Yeah, it's gross. It's gross for the PrizePicks side. What else do we have here for for sportsbooks right now? Alex Bregman, under 1.5 total bases, has a 5 OddsShopper rating. Let's see what those look like. So let's look at 5 OddsShopper ratings in the results for total bases. And we're going to say that we're what? 7. You'll see it. So we'll go to MLB. We'll say 12 hours out. Minimum 4 OddsShopper rating. And we'll look at total bases. 7% expected value. We've recommended 395 wins, 259 losses, 12 hours out with at least an OddsShopper rating of 4. And we actually have it at 5. We have a 7% ROI across those bets so far this year. I think everybody should be taking a look at this. And if you have the ability to make a bet at Caesars, Alex Bregman under 1.5 is the best line available out there right now if you're looking for it. If we want to look a little bit more on the pick'em side, do we have another site that we could touch on? We got one sneaking out from Underdog, one sneaking out from Betr. We can probably get something built on Betr for those of you that play there. Let's open up the optimizers and let's see what we can grab. So we have Loperfido has a little bit of value. Gary Sanchez has a little bit of value. A 2-play is negative 8. If we add Matt Wallner, 3 plays gets you to negative 16. Jose Ramirez gets us to negative 7. Does the 5th play clean us up? It does. So if you go to 5 on Betr, we can tap into a 3% expected value. If we get our 6th, we actually lose out. So the play on Betr for right now, 20x payout, 3% EV, 5% expected win rate, which means this is going to go 5 for 5, like 1 out of every 20 times we do it. Low Profito under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Gary Sanchez under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Matt Wallner, no runs. Jose Ramirez, no runs. O'Neal Cruz, under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This will get you some positive value right now on Betr. And by the way, guys, it's not just signing up for OddsShopper at this place, or at this point. You guys want to sign up, get some additional picks from somebody else? You can sign up and subscribe to Ben, Aton, Nathan, Eric, Isaiah. It's all right here in the Insiders Marketplace, guys. And if you want to check it out, click on these guys, sign up, and get their picks. If you want to sign up for Aton, it's right here. If you want to sign up and get all of Ben's plays, it's right here. Even dropping free plays. This play that Ben dropped right here came out free play for everybody. 9:22 a.m. Go grab the Boston Red Sox money line. This is Ben's stuff. It's here for you. And you can immediately see the available lines that are here and find your sports book. Ben put it in here at -130. Not too bad. But you can see the rest of the lines at some of these sports books and grab the value as you see fit. That is the OddsShopper Insider Marketplace. But for now, guys, I think we're out of plays. We only have 2 OddsShopper plays north of a 2 OddsShopper rating. I would recommend both people or everybody get these immediately, as fast as you can. See, we have some value on Yandy Diaz to homer at plus 1050. You're seeing this, right? Plus 1050 at BetMGM. We have 4 OddsShopper rating, 13% EV. Reminder, I bet Yandy Diaz already today. Now, you guys see this line at plus 1050. This is how quick I got this the moment I saw it. Yandy Diaz at plus 1050. I got it at plus 1060 on FanDuel. So even a little bit more value. 13% EV. And it wins 10% of the time. Out of curiosity, how have our home run plays done? If we look, this will be the last thing we do before we dip on out of here. So if we look at home runs, and we'll say 12 hours out, how have they been? And I'm not going to set an OddsShopper rating or EV yet. So they've been down 12 hours out. But what happens if we bump that up to spots where we had a 10% EV? Very thin. We've only plugged 10 of them so far. Very interesting. What about a 4 OddsShopper rating? The home run model has been missing here, folks. So something to keep an eye on. I have independently resourced this one as well. So I see this one a little bit differently. And as you can see, the value appears to already be gone. All we have now is Bregman. So we've checked out everything we could find on the pick'em side. We grabbed whatever value we could see. We found it. This value, I would imagine, doesn't exist. So PrizePicks has been down all morning, so don't overreact to what we're seeing there. We hit up the value that we can find on Sleeper. We hit up the value that we can find on Betr. I gave you strikeout props. I gave you hits props. We hit more today than we hit on any other OddsShopper live. And guess what, guys? We're going to do the same thing tomorrow. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell, all that good stuff. No MLB strategy show for me on the DFS side today, but I'll be back tomorrow. Guys, enjoy it. Keep your eyes peeled. Might have some more bets for you later today. But I'm going to go out on a limb. I've had a really good weekend. I'm in a good headspace. I think I could channel this energy into at least 2 of those home runs. Today's going to be the day we make that money, folks. If you want to join us, make sure you're betting it. Slip is at the beginning of the video. But for now, I'm out.